Hi everyone. Today we will be revising chemical kinetics. का small topic that is first order kinetics. So based on this first order kinetics, generally questions are asked in the NEET. At least 1 to 2 questions are generally asked. So we'll see what is first order kinetics. So first order kinetics is the rate of the reaction if dependent. For example, we got a reaction here. A reactant is converting into a product. So then the rate of the reaction is directly proportional to molar concentration of R power 1. So this one represents the first order kinetic. The order of the reaction is first order. So we will be studying only these reactions, right? So first order kinetics. So just we have the derivation from our NCRT. See here, reactants are converting into, just I'll zoom it here. So the rate of the reaction equals to minus dr by dt, which is equals to kr. All these things are there in the NCRT, just you can check it. Okay, right. So what we have here, so what exactly we have here, right? About first order kinetics, the rate equation, the k equals to 2.303 by time into logarithm of initial concentration by the final concentration. So this is the most important equation of the first order kinetics. We should know it. Derivation, we have already done it. You can check it. Next, T half of a first order reaction is also derived from this. So which is equals to 0.693 by K. So T half of first order reaction is independent of initial concentration. So it is independent of R naught. Why it is independent? So in this formula we don't have initial concentration term involved in it. That's why we say the T half of first order reaction is independent of reaction. Okay, so first we need to study two graphs based on this. So first graph is based on ln R equals to minus kt plus ln R naught. So this is the equation, so which is in the form of y equals to mx plus c. इसके लिए we have to get the graph. So of course on y-axis we have to take ln R. On x-axis what should be taken? Right. On y-axis we have to take ln R. On y-axis we have to take t. We have to take, variable is the t, that's why we have to take the t. And the slope is going to be negative slope. So the slope of equation is equals to minus k, right? So and the intersection is, so this portion is the intersection, so that is our ln R naught. So this is the first graph what we have to study about this one. While deriving we will get this equation. On basis of this we have got this reaction, right? So we have one more graph also, that is on the basis of log. Yeah, the second graph is on the basis of formula, that is log R naught by R, so equals to kt divided by 2.303 plus 0. On basis of this we have to draw one more graph. Two graphs are important here, right? So this is in the form of course y equals to mx plus c. तो इसका ग्राफ कैसे आ जाएगा? So on y-axis we have to take ln R. So log R naught by R should be taken here. Here we have to take the time, and it is going to be straight line through the origin. The slope of the reaction, the slope of the equation is going to be k over 2.303. So these two graphs represent our first order reaction. Okay, right. In first order reaction, what exactly happens here? Okay, for example, we'll see one relation here. T 99.9% versus T 50%. We'll see the relation here. This is the NCERT derived relation. Just we plug in the values and put it here so that we'll get the answer. So for T 99.9%, that K equals to 2.303 by, so time I'll take it as T 99.9% into log, initially generally we'll take 100, and how much is left over? 99.9% is completed, 0.1 is left, and the same is equals to T 50%, where we'll take 2.303 by T 50%, so which is equals to log 100 over 50% kabatti we have to take what? 1 by 50. So this is also equals to K. So in dono cases mein K is equal, that's why I equated both the equations together. So 2.303 cancels out. This gives you log 2, this gives you log 3, and we know that here we have log 3, 10 power 3. So it's we have got log 10 power 3 by T 99.9% equals to, it is log 2 over T 50%. So further simplification, this becomes equals to 3 log 10, this is 3 log 10 over T 99.9%, which is equals to log 2 value we know it 0.3010, so which is T 50%. T 50%. By organizing the values, T 99.9% by T 50%, and this log 10 is also 1. So which is equals to, so 3 by 0.3, which is equals to almost 10. That means T 99.9% equals to 10 times of T 50%. So this type of relations you can establish. If you know any percentage, X percentage versus Y percentage, just we'll write both the equations for both the scenario, and just we will equate them and we'll find the direct answer. Okay, now we'll take a few questions, neat questions, how exactly the questions are asked here. Right, so this is the question asked in NEET 2025. NEET 2025 direct question is here. The rate constant for a reaction is 0.03 per seconds. How much time does it take 7.2 moles per liter concentration of the reactants to reduce to 0.9 moles per liter, and given log 2 value is given to us, right? So this is the latest question asked in NEET 2025. So what we have to deal with this, how we have to deal with this is, we have to figure out what is the order of the reaction. The order of the reaction by rate constant units, we can see that. So this is first order reaction. So that's confirmed. So therefore, we have got K equals to 2.303, isn't it? 2.303, I'll write here. So K equals to 2.303 over time over and log, it is R naught by R. K is given to us, how much is it? 0.03 equals to 2.303 is the time, is the constant value, and we are asked to calculate time. So divided by time equals to logarithm of, this is the initial concentration, this is the final concentration. That means 7.2 divided by 0.9. So 7.2 by 0.9 is nothing but 72 by 9. isn't it? So this goes how many times? 8. It is equals to 8. That means, so 0.03 equals to 2.303 over t into logarithm of 8. So 8 can be written as 2 cubed. Okay. So if I write it as 2 cubed, how it turns out to be, so t is required, so 2.303 by 0.03 into 3 into log 10. Of course log 10 is again 1. So this is going to cut it like 0.01, isn't it? So it's going to cut 0.01 log 2i, this is not 10. So what we have here, so 2.303 by 0.01 multiplied by, this is log 2 is 0.3. So when we multiply these two numbers, we will get 0.693, which is of course divided by 0.01. So two decimals are there, so therefore 69.3 is the answer for the question. So answer for this question is this one. Just we need to plug in the values, just solve for it, immediately we'll get this answer. We'll take up one more question here. This is another question. What is the question is, t half for a first order reaction is 1 minute. Then time required for 99.9% completion is closest to 2. So we have got these options. Just we have derived a relation, that is t 99.9%, t 99.9% is equals to 10 times of t 50%. So this is 10 into 1 equal to 10 minutes. If you know the formula, you can directly plug in and you can answer the question. So the question answer is 10 minutes is the direct answer. Okay. If you know the answer, you can solve it. Otherwise, I'll tell you best method to do it also. We can also plug in here. So t 50% and t 99% we are comparing, isn't it? So t 99% is equals to 2.303 by k into log 100 by 99.9% completed. That means we are left with 0.1, which is equals to 2.303 over k, right? So t half लेंगे यहाँ, t half, here it is t 99.9% into log 100 by 50. So from this also you can establish the relation and you can calculate the answer it as 10 minutes. Right. So here is one more question based on the order. We are given 3 equations. So this data mostly taken from NCERT, I think. So you can check here. The data for the reaction A to B is given below. The rate, concentration of A, concentration of B. And we are asked to calculate order with respect to A, with respect to B. Just we need to write few equations, then we plug in them, then we solve for it. Okay. So first I'll write the rate equation for the first case. That is 2 into 10 power minus 3 equals to 0.1 power, take it as x, and this is also 0.1 power y with respect to b. So second experiment, so 4 times 10 power minus 3 equals to 0.2 times 2 to the power x into 0.1 to the power y. And the third experiment is 1.6 into 10 power minus 2 equals to 0.2 into 2 power x into 0.2 power y. So these are the 3 equations we got. So just we solve these 3 equations and we'll get the answer. I think in 1 and 2 equations y base is same. So what I'll do, I'll divide equation 2 by 1. So it's going to be, if I divide these 2 equations, how I'm going to end up with, this gets cancelled out. So this gives you 2 times, this also gives you the 2. What are we left with here? So 2 power x equals to 2 power 1. So therefore x equals to how much is it? 1. X equals to 1. There is 2 options are there. We have to solve this also. So what do we do here? So 1.6 into 10 power minus 2 is divided by 4 into 10 power minus 3, which is equals to 0.2 power x into 0.2 power y should be divided by 0.2 power x, 0.1 power y. So this gets cancelled out. So 2 power y మిగిలింది ఇక్కడ. So this is going to be decimal తీసేస్తే we'll get 3 here. So 4 goes how many times? 4 times. So we are left with 4. 4 is 2 squared equals to 2 power y. So y equals to how much? 2. So what should be the answer? C is the answer. Little math is required. Just you write the equations and just plug in and you'll get the right answer. Okay. Yeah, so this is about first order kinetics. Thank you.